well, because
yeah,
of the slow
against the
reduction.
Zask, yeah. So this is actually a good pick for Fnatic Onic. They can go straight into that Nightmare spawn if that's going to be the problem in front of a team fight. So we're still lacking the if this Edith is for the pause 5 rather, or the XP lane.
I think that this Edith might be thrown into a post 5
Post 5,
position here. It's a little tough to say because if I'm thinking about EXP matchups, it really doesn't matter, right? Because it's just going to be a sandbag of a lane. There we go. We can see the X-Borg get locked in here. This gives us the full lineup for both sides. Churros, before we let you go, quickly break it down for us.
The Yoodo Red Giants' draft is looking very, very solid once again. Lots of thick, beefy boys like the Edith, like the X-Borg will be taking the very hard to take down. But once again, I'm really excited to see a summoning versus a summoner. So like a summoner versus summoner, a draft like a Vexana versus a Zask. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
It could just be one of those battles of the centuries here. Both compositions looking to snowball out of control. Yoodo Red Giants looking to equalize it 1-1 against Fnatic Onic, who currently is at match point. Stakes are high. Momentum is high. Can YRG hold on to their win streak, or are they going to fall under the might of the Sky Kings as you start loading in to the land of dawn? This is game number 2 of our best of 3 series, second round of Group B, with Fnatic Onic on the blue side up against Yoodo Red Giants on the red side.
Okay, so this is the redemption that Fnatic Onic needs against YRG, and we can see actually that in terms of the spell, there is a Purify for the carry. So with this, we could say that for the side of Fnatic Onic, they are more on the aggressive side of their lineup. So well, at least for me, if you're a marksman and you're forced to pick up a Purify as well, it means that you are in a very difficult situation in terms of the early game and even the late game. And after the Purify, it takes how many seconds before it cools down. So they have to be mindful that Innocent is the best target early game for Fnatic Onic.
Yep, and there's many ways for him to get locked down and just die. San has a means of catching him. CW has a means of knocking him away.
Even Kyrie alone.
Oh yeah, Kyrie alone. I mean, Kyrie alone, I think there's no argument there. You're basically dead. You just submit to the king at that point. But looking at the player emblems, I'm not seeing any Master Assassins between the two marksmen, which does indicate that they show respect for each other. They're not looking for lane dominance. They're looking to just scale.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised if this Gold Raiders would actually prioritize an item that is more on the defensive side, because again, there's a lot of potential for both teams to go for a gank as early as possible. And again, the play of Yoodo Red Giants, as said by Churros, is more the 4-1. So Innocent has to be safe. He has to be innocent all the time.
I mean, hey, we'll see whether the law is going to catch up to him this time. But I think that right now, Cram is doing a really good job, right? He's already technically gotten a decent trade against Lupti. They will send resources up to the top side because the turtle is about to spawn, and it's really important that both sides hit 4 on time.
Yep, and it's also a good thing for both phosphors to be at this lane, so that it will be a lot easier for them to go into this turtle objective, and at the same time, there's a space for our Pos 5s to be at level 4 prior the turtle takes. So far, since we have a Hayabusa and a Julian, in terms of the levels, same at level 5, and yeah, everyone is at level 4. So be prepared for a heavy deal. Nope, Kiboy is still at level 3 though.
Yeah, and pretty early on, Stormy's going to use that Dominator's Ascent, and even the Faraga armor being broken down by the mid lane. Lupti is low. Cram forced the flicker out of there. Lupti losing his own, but in the top side of the map, we find the first kill. SOD connects on to nothing by the skin of their teeth as the guys finds a double kill 2 minutes into the game.
I thought that Kyrie will be back to kill down Yums, but there's no shadow there. So it's a nice kill and a play for Yoodo Red Giants. And at the same time, the difference in terms of the levels, again, Kiboy prior to that play isn't at level 4, while Cram was just in front of everyone using that last Insanity. Yep, it's a Pos 5 and an XP lane. But since there's no counter to that play after that last Insanity, everyone from Fnatic Onic just open for any threat from Yoodo Red Giants.
The counterplay was CW, hit your SOD. If you hit that SOD, that would have been all yours. But let's talk about some profits. Wait, hold on. So Sakai's is by himself amongst 3 members. The Oki Shadow kill is out, quickly uses the enhanced swords to get on out of there. Earn Shadow by Yields, good read. Can they find the kill? It's Kyrie. No, they do not. Oh, Stormy is able to get the Mind Eater in time as Cram rotates out SOD to predict Skies. Doesn't find it. A double for Stormy on this Zask. YRG just slightly ahead in tempo.
Yep, Stormy's Nightmare Spawn was really on point during that time. Also, Yoodo Red Giants is now on the lead. 2.1k, 201 for the Zask. And the effectivity of having a Zask in front of, in the middle of a team fight is just being shown here for this match for Fnatic Onic. They have to be mindful of Stormy's ultimate, because if you're in front of, or if you're in the middle of the Nightmare Spawn, you won't be able to see it. The damage from time to time. Oh no, like, wait, why is my health bar at half? Oh, there's a Nightmare Spawn.
Hey man, when that Nightmare Spawn is just sucking you off, there's not much you can do but just take it, right? Unless you walk away, but even then the Dominator's Descent is quite an obnoxious spell to deal with. Speaking of which, Fnatic Onic, they could be setting up a gank down on the bottom side of the map. Innocent is gonna, I mean, they spawn out the Grok instantaneously. He's gonna back away, and Yoodo Red Giants, they're coming in to respond to try and steal a camp for themselves.
Yeah, and there's a setup play.
The onwards happens. Oh, it's straight into last insanity, allowing Skies to find the kill. What a read from Yoodo Red Giants. They do lose out 2 flickers for that play, but they only profit in a kill in Sans.
Yep, and this is where it is shown that for Yoodo Red Giants, again for game number 1, Yums is somehow countered by Keyboy's vision of the show, but for this game, he's all over the place as to why the effectivity of the rotation is really visible for game number 2.
Dominator's Descent quickly being dropped after getting hit by the SOD and walled off. A great Nature's Barrier by Keyboy, but the space has been taken, and now the anchor of Yoodo Red Giants a little far forward, but finally gets to back away. But look at everything that's happening across the map. Topside, Tier 1 gets the fall. Kyrie catches a wave down by mid as well.
And probably Innocent has a better gold against Chewe on this game because, again, so Chewe is at 3.5k and Innocent is at 4.4k. That's a decent, well, 2 more items needed for a main item. Yeah.
2 components to get to that finish line. Well, ideally the power spike that we're looking for Yoodo Red Giants, but they're going to take they take the turtle, no contestation whatsoever. Not as bloody as we were expecting from Fnatic Onic, as they don't have much momentum for now, but this gives us a little time to break down and analyze these motions coming up from Fnatic Onic.
Yep, and actually for Fnatic Onic, what they need to do is to have that wild charge. We haven't seen Keyboy do that wild charge flicker, right?
You're right.
So it's like what they did. YRJ's doing the same thing as to what Fnatic Onic has been doing game number 1. They're surprising plays like that.
Yep, flicker wild charge in straight into the ult. Keyboy finds Storm, but Sakai takes the tower, and now the last insanity is going to push on forward. Dominator's Descent, making sure that Lutfi doesn't get to walk away. That was a very fine line of becoming an incredible swing around for Fnatic Onic.
Yep, and I think for Fnatic Onic later on, they have to go to other places to secure a kill, like for example against Sekais, but Sekais is really doing a great job here for Yoodo Red Giants. 3-0-3 for Julian, and the only crowd control that you have is the Ruby and even the Grok. So after that wild charge and even after the setup play from Ruby, if Sekais isn't burst down, it's going to be a problem here for Fnatic Onic. And now even look at the items, there's a huge difference from Kyrie and Sekais farm. Well, technically even for the heroes, more the burst is Sekai's, and you are on the physical side if you're Kyrie.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that much of a gold differential. Let's pull Churros in to kind of break this down for us a little bit. So far, the game is very much in favor of YRG. They're walking away with a bunch of kills under their belt, but is this just a ticking time bomb?
I think that Fnatic Onic just needs a lot more time because Ruby needs to come online, especially in terms of tankability. We've seen how fast Loopy was able to be bursted down, especially by Sakai's. But Yoodo Red Giants, we said this in the draft, they have a very early game draft.
Yeah.
They have very thick, beefy boys. Moskov also needs a lot of time, so Chiawe really needs to farm those items up. They haven't hit their critical mass just as of yet. But we're going back to the game. Guys, just take it away.
All right, let's see what's the next steps here for both Yoodo Red Giants as well as Fnatic Onic. as they're slowly encroaching on this space, let's keep in mind, a lot of cross-map plays are being made by both of these top-tier teams, and this purple buff, it's important that they steal it away.
The more that this game extends, actually, it's going to be hard for Fnatic Onic because Cram's damage, the true damage, it's going to be really hard for Kiboy to be up front. So the winning condition now for Fnatic Onic is more on the surprising plays or probably a steal. Since this is going to be a Hayabusa versus a Julian, it's a lot easier to go for Lord Steal with a Hayabusa. But for Fnatic Onic, as long as there is a split push, as long as the minions are flowing on the sides, it's going to be a lot easier for them to counter out Yoodo Red Giants. But so far for Yoodo Red Giants with this type of lineup and in a sense effective farming, he now has the golden staff. Actually, in terms of the items, Chaiwe and Innocent's item is basically the same. They both have the Crescent Sight and even this golden staff. So it's a matter of positioning for both teams.
All right, speaking of positioning, this Lord's getting low. No steals coming just yet from Fnatic Onic. The SOD coming a little late here. That's going to be Lord slain by Innocent. Yoodo Red Giants now have the Lord on their side to start pushing into the enemy territory. Let's see how much they're going to get off of this, right? Because like you mentioned, Fnatic Onic, they want some extra time. And I don't think Yoodo Red Giants is going to let them. They want to cut that time short.
Yeah, and knowing that the lineup Fnatic Onic, it's a bit hard for them to go for the clearing because you don't want to use that eternal...
Oh!
I thought that's the slip of the year that he's never going to forget.
That could have been disastrous.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, going back for Fnatic Onic, it's a bit hard if you are defending a Lord. But this is just a level 1 Lord, right? So it's going to be a lot easy for them. But later on, for the other defensive stances that they will do, if you have the Vexana, you don't want to use that Eternal Guard just to defend a Lord, right? So
yeah, that's true.
You want to use it as like an initiative or initiation type of play with the backup on that or another layer for that wild charge.
Let's not forget about the high ground defense coming in from... Oh, wait. Humes does find the Earth Shadow Flicker into the onward, but now it's turning into an all-out brawl as the wild charge opens things up for the team. They're hoping that the high ground is going to be enough. Humes gets on out of there with the Primordial Foe. Nobody is down just yet, and that's one inhibitor down, and SRG say, that's enough. We're done. We're out of here.
The discipline of Yoodo Red Giants really on point. On this game, they know how to disengage and when to disengage. After taking that inhibitor turret, they know that they need to go out because for Fnatic Onic, it was... Chewo wasn't really part of the team fight, right? He was clearing the Winged Wave at the middle lane and the majority of the resources have been already used by Yoodo Red Giants. But so far, things are looking good for them. They are on the lead in terms of gold, even the itemization. Demon Hunter sword for Innocent on this game, so expect that he'll be hitting Loot P and even Kiboy.
Oh, yeah, but even though he's hitting, earlier we were talking about like, oh, there's not too much of a lead between both marksmans, but now that we look at it once again, it looks like, man, Innocent has been a little busy here. I'm not going to say that he broke the law or anything, but he's definitely having more gold than he should. He's almost halfway through to getting a Winds of Nature, and that's a big game changer against an assassin.
Yeah, and even actually, we said that the hero or the player that could actually get Innocent is Loot P. Even the item is not meant, or the item, for Loot P is not meant to counter out or to be in front of a carry. So you have to be prepared like something that would negate that the damage per second given by Innocent. So as this game extends, again, for Fnatic Onic, they need to do their own play. They need not to react on the Yoodo Red Giants' aggressiveness, but rather they have to be the ones aggressive. They can do another a contest on this Lord, but it might be different.
It's a little hard, right? Kyrie is 2 levels down. It's an 8.8k lead for Yoodo Red Giants. They're just going to blitz this down so fast with the help of Innocent already with his core items complete. And now Fnatic Onic back in the same position like they were before, right? Forced to play to their inhibitors.
Yeah, and you see the damage of San's skill against the Cram. It's really hard for Fnatic Onic to shred this Viraga armor. Imagine you want this Viraga armor to be out or to not be available during a team fight, but since they're lacking on damage, it's really hard for Fnatic Onic to be in front. Even the flamethrowers here of against Lutpi shows a lot of damage already against him.
By 8 minutes 32 seconds, you can see the big dip, right? Over to the 9 minute 51 second. It's a 10k gold lead. I feel like this is a checkmate angle, right? They've got more items, they've got more gold, and they've got a a level quote unquote level 2 lord walking down on their base. This might just be it. But let's take a breath. Take a moment here. Conceal comes out from Yums, looking at CW, forcing him to get out of the way. This means that mid inhibitor is going to be found, but taking so much damage here, and everybody onto Yums' side, finally exploding at the end. They take Yums out straight away, and now Fnatic Onic might be able to survive another 5 more minutes, only at the cost of their mid inhib.
That is a nice defense for Fnatic Onic, but here's the thing. It took 5 players from Fnatic Onic just to defend or try to take a kill against Yoodo Red Giants. So this is going to be a long game. As long as Fnatic Onic is able to clear all the minions and have this flow, they need to take at least first tier turret against Yoodo Red Giants. Go for a space wherein Chewe could go for a split push as much as possible. If not Chewe, since the escape route is going to be difficult for him, maybe Kyrie to go for the split push.
Oh, they could. They could actually make that happen here, because right now the map is looking extremely red here. Yoodo Red Giants have not lost a single turret just yet, but with the Lord advantage that they had just now, basically a -1 on every single category for the time being. I think that Fnatic Onic at this point of time, as much as we want to say they need to scale up, we're looking for the big play, and I think that big play is going to be coming around Lupti or maybe even Kiboy's side. More likely Lupti, because Kiboy still has 45 more seconds until that flicker comes back up.
And for Fnatic Onic, they need to focus on building up, I think, more the physical defensive items so far in this game. But yeah, Yoodo Red Giants is doing a great job. Even crafting the damage against 2 players of Fnatic Onic, and it's just him without the slow. So see the combo or the layer of skills here from Yoodo Red Giants. You have the Zask on the slow, while the last Insanity against Cram, from Cram, so it's kind of difficult here for Fnatic Onic to penetrate.
He's literally a thumbtack. He's the Lego piece that everybody steps on, and they're like, I don't want to walk into this room anymore. Every single time they walk up, it feels like they're getting chunked out. Wait, the Faraga armor is broken. The Oki Shadow Kill is out. Finally breaking his immortality. His Faraga armor is back up now. And Yoodo Red Giants, they're rethinking this plan. They're like, okay, we might have lost the space, but we could do something about this. Let's see how they play it out, because they got to worry from the side of Fnatic about the top and middle waves. Okay,
so there's a flicker available for Kiboy. Whenever if there's an entry point to either take down Stormy or maybe Innocent, it's going to be a nice play for Fnatic Onic here. Lutpi is at the bottom lane, or at the middle lane, but there's a vision for Yoodo Red Giants. I heard a conceal, by the way.
Yep, here he goes. Innocent, he's running forward to get onto CW. They flicker on top of him, and they secure the kill. Cram takes it away with the help of Yums with a flicker. Earth Shatter once again. What great timing from Yoodo Red Giants. They should be able to secure this, no problems whatsoever. Kyrie shows up on the bottom of the map, but they know that this Lord is in their hands. Kiboy, he's trying to run away, but Innocent, Yums, and Cram are like, no, you don't get to walk away for free. Last Insanity being committed despite the wild charge, forcing him to flicker, and they trade flickers. I'm offended to pull Cram back, and here comes the ult from Sans. Kiboy goes down. I'm trying to think if that is worth it, and with the Luminous Lord walking at their base in front of their crystal, this might just be it. Oki Shadow Kill to try and even the tides, but it's done. It's over. The equalization from the Yoodo Red Giants.
And we could see on their faces how happy they are with that performance. It was a forced kill against Kiboy, so there is no added defensive person for Fnatic Onic. What a great job for Yoodo Red Giants to even out this game. And we're heading into game number 3.
Yep, this is a game number 3. This is why Stream A is so exciting. We're going to bring Churros back in once again. This has been an exciting matchup thus far, but Churros, what do you think about this so far?
I've got 2 things to say. The first is the first fight that YRG actually won, first team fight, was right before the first turtle. And the fact of the matter is, YRG really likes those split fights. We've seen how Sakai's was with Yooms at the top side. Cram was able to push away the main damage dealer being Sans, and that was just it. And then they snowball from there. They do very well with maintaining their gold lead or gold difference in terms of the economy, in terms of the itemizations, and just going full on to attack damage as well. The second thing is YRG is so good at playing death balls. We've seen, like, you know, the triangle of death. It was Cram and Yooms in front, so it was like a upside down triangle.
Okay,
and then Stormy,
okay,
and then
yeah,
Stormy
yeah,
I was
at
doing
the back,
something like this.
and Stormy at the back, and Innocent in the middle. They perfected it
Alright.
so well. Every single team fight is so difficult to get to Innocent. And I remember in the draft I was saying, carry is a little bit tough because you don't really have a lot of range. You need to get up close and personal, and you need a very, very thick wall. Well, here you go. You got 3 thick walls with the Dominator descent from Stormy, with Yooms trying to always set things up, with Cram being so hard to kill in every single team fights. I think this was just an immaculate game coming in from YRG.
It is an immaculate game, and I have to say the biggest difference here is the fact that Cram actually got to play the video game, right? Because look, by the time he got the Athena shield, the game is pretty much done. Like, everybody looking at YRG like Cram is at 10k gold. Sakai is past 10k gold. Stormy getting there, but not there yet. Innocent 12k gold.
At the end of the game is 11k gold lead. In the middle of the game, it was the highest lead that they had in the mid game was around 7k gold and never went down. And that's what makes YRG such a good team, because they understand their momentum. They're able to ride that wave and surf that wave and just keep increasing. I'm so excited to see that graph because it keeps getting steadier, keeps increasing towards their favor.
Yeah, and that's true. And since Cram was able to play his game, like his usual game, not the game as game number 1, Yooms has this ability and the capacity to like be in front of everyone. He's been around Kyrie's buff. He's been on the lane of Innocent. He's like everywhere. And because of that, the effectivity of the rotation of YRG was from step 1 until the final step, they were able to do it.
Yeah, for teamfight participation, Kyrie at 0% on the side of Fnatic Onic. It's very, very difficult for him to find a nice pickoff. Who do you try to pick up? Pick up Stormy? Nah, I've got a Dominator's Descent. I pick up Innocent? Nah. Yooms, Cram, and Stormy are all at my side. It's like, it's so difficult to single any single one. And want to pick out Sakai's? Nah. He's got an enhanced sword just to get him out of there. It's so difficult for Kyrie to play this game, especially with the Hayabusa. Yeah, you're able to just dash in and out, but to what extent?
I think it's a very fine line here.
Tower damage 0?
Yeah, tower damage 0. They weren't able to find anything.
Not even touch it.
They don't get to diddle the structures as much as they want to. And I think that, you know, a lot of this is the testament to the way that YRG takes these fights, right? They are not clumped too close together to give Fnatic maximum efficiency with their AoEs, but close enough so that if Kyrie decides to go for the Oki Shadow Kill, instantly they're going to have enough members to ensure that nobody dies.
They play the 4-1 composition very well, because it's always like Innocent on the back line or in the long lane, and then in the middle of the game, it's just Innocent being in front of that four-man composition. Sakai is taking that long lane, so switching up that. And this is that gold graph. It's just very steady increase. So much investment being done over the side of Yoodo Red Giants. Is not what you want to see if you're a Fnatic Onic.
They really limited the resources here of Fnatic Onic. They're just all over the place.
They are all over the place, but I'm trying to figure out what happened at the 12th minute, that super insane incline dip right at the very end there with no interactions whatsoever. Nobody died.
That's the Lord. That's the Lord fight, because the Lord advantage was just so much. And of course, the MVP goes over Sakai's 4-0 and 5, 784 GPM, 90% kill participation. He was fighting every single fight. He was taking every single objective. He was there. He was
everywhere.
He was everywhere.
He was everywhere.
And for Sakai's, actually, I think Johanan is one of those heroes under his belt that if he plays it, he knows his thing. Like, don't mind me, I can do my own play. I'll be there. I could be that sweeper after a team fight, or I could be the main damager when it comes to a team fight.
And let's not forget, I mean, based on his item build, it's not like he's going hyper greedy. He's not going into like Blood Wings, into Holy Crystal, and then just one-shot somebody. He does opt to go for concentrated energy, which again, to some Julian players, depending on how you play him, isn't the most popular third item to pick up.
Actually, before his quote-unquote buff, the concentrated energy was
It was
used
the
quite a
go-to,
bit.
yeah.
You trust me, I'm a Julian main.
Yeah. I
I don't
can
play
see
Julian.
it.
I will trust you.
Yeah, but it brings so much value to his enhanced sword because he's able to just dash out. And we see the Kyrie play yesterday when he was using Julian. His enhanced sword, he heals everything back up, even though your